Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the session. Once again, CLAT Achievers. I have today with me Akarshi Narayan, who secured All India rank 95 in CLAT 2021. And what a feat it is to be, where almost 60,000 students appeared for an examination, which seems to be a very difficult one, given the nature of the paper, given the kind of questions you come across. And she has managed to get that rank. First of all, Akarshi, congratulations for this feat, and we are really happy for you. So, obviously, students would like to know what has been your journey. How did you prepare for the examination? But before that, I would have a very simple question to you. How is the feeling right now?
So I'm happy, obviously, but I'm feeling satisfied more than anything because all the hard work I've put in over the last years finally paid off. So yes.
Okay, so which means you started your preparation when you were in class 12th, actually. So
No, sir, class 11th.
so when you were in class 11, so you have been preparing for the CLAT examination for 2 years.
Yes,
So how has been your journey actually? So how did you prepare for it? What is the amount of effort you put in for your law entrances? So I think that would be great if you can share that details with the students.
yes, sir. So I started in class 11th. So in 11th, I focused mostly on giving the mocks and attending the classes. So in 11th, I was really focused with school studies and extracurriculars. So I didn't put much time in CLAT, but that changed when I started 12th. So I had a plan beforehand that I wanted to do well in boards also. So till January, actually, the ratio towards my school studies and CLAT was 80 to 20. So I put 80% towards school and 20% towards CLAT. So that was it towards January. And even during 12th, I focused mostly on giving mocks, completing the topic tests, and attending classes. And it was in January that I connected with a friend, Disha, a school friend of mine, and we started studying together. So what we used to do, we connected for GK, and then in the mocks we always had doubts, so we would give our mocks and then connect and then discuss those doubts. So and the doubts which neither of us were able to solve, we mail that to the teachers and sometimes arrange for a doubt session. So in January, from January to May, I studied maybe 6 to 7 hours daily. And 1 month before the exam, I put in a few more hours. And accordingly, my marks also increased. So before January, I was scoring slightly below 100. Then after January, it was between 100, 110, 90. And my percentile increased to around 95 to 98 1 month before the exam. So that was it.
So you mentioned that from January to May you were putting in the 6 hours almost, but that was the phase. That was the phase when you were uncertain whether your board exams will be happening or not. Actually, because you only got to know at a very later stage that the board exams are not going to happen somewhere around May and kind of actually. So how you were preparing for your board examination along with your law entrance preparation actually? So how would you balance that time that aspect?
Okay, sir. So, as I said, in around the summer holidays only, I knew that if I prepared really well for the pre-boards, I would be able to manage boards pretty well after January. So, luckily for me, even the pre-board marks were counted for boards, right? So, I prepared for pre-boards really well, and after that, I knew that I just needed to revise the subjects. So, I just gave a bit some exams, the test series, and that's about it. Not more than that.
Not more than that. But then you started early. So you mentioned you started preparing for your pre-board examination actually. So that was the focus. So anyway, most of the time, if you look at the syllabus of any school, when we talk about a board exam, there is obviously a syllabus unlike the law entrances. So you actually covered the syllabus well before the pre-board, so you are in a comfortable position.
Yes, sir.
I think that I would take as an advice for every student out there, because next year obviously board exams would be happening. So if you utilize your summer vacation or the opportunities which you get along in those 8 9 months, maybe the autumn break or any other breaks which you get actually, it's all about that balancing act. So can you utilize those time? That is very very important. Obviously, Akarshi, when a person starts a journey, be it about any entrance preparation, they have their own ups and downs actually. So there would be some times where you might be feeling a little low. There would be some times where you'll be little more motivated than the usual actually, and you definitely know that this is something which I can definitely do well than anybody else. So what were those stages, and when did it occur to you that I should do something extra kind of so that I could catch up with others actually? So what were those ups and downs in your life during your journey of preparation?
So I think the ups and downs were mostly related to my mock score. So everyone's mock score varies. So even mine did, but they were mostly in phases. So I observed that during the second wave of COVID, my percentile started to come down a little bit. And then when the dates were announced for CLAT, then my percentile, like the scores increased. So, and the one thing that helped me is that I had a friend who was studying with me, and we talked almost every alternate day, and that helped me stay motivated because during the pandemic, um, we didn't see others studying, we didn't go to classes, and that feeling was not there, that others are also preparing and the competition is so much. So if you have a friend, you know that she or he is also going through the same thing as you are. And I discussed everything with her, how my marks and sometimes logical are going down, or the problems we discussed in math. So that really helped me to have a friend whom you can really connect with and who understands you.
A friend who you can say was a mentor kind of actually who really. So I think the concept of study buddy which we are talking about actually, so two of you preparing together, I think it helps both of you actually in your journey actually, so you learn each from each other definitely. So big shout out to your friend Disha, I would say actually. So definitely we should acknowledge that fact. You mentioned about mocks. You kept focusing on your mocks. You analyzed them actually. So you realize sometimes your percentile is coming down, sometimes it's going up. So mocks definitely are an important aspect. Every person I'm talking about is definitely saying something about the mocks actually. But how every individual has a different strategy when it comes to analyzing the mocks. So, what was your strategy? What was those important aspects you were looking into the mocks when you were analyzing your performance, and how did you work through those areas actually?
Okay, so English and logical were always my strong areas, but in CL mocks, the English and logical sections are tough, while the legal section is easy. So, and in the CLAT pattern, the questions are often ambiguous. So, I tried to the questions I got wrong. I tried to understand why the correct answer is right, and if I'm not getting it, then I used to arrange for a doubt session or discuss it with Disha, and just sometimes I spend around 15 to 10 minutes on just one question trying to understand why is this the right answer. And for math, I used to take all my doubts to my brother. And in legal, I used to text them to Vijay sir. And that's about it.
You're talking about Vijay Rajan sir, who is a legal faculty actually, one of the senior most faculties in the CL ecosystem. So you had doubt sessions with them actually. Now that was about analysis. That was about how you prepared for the examination actually. Uh, there are multiple examinations when we talk about. So you have EILT, you have CLAT, you have other law entrances as well. Fortunately, this year, except for one or two private law colleges, the exam CLAT got happened earlier actually as compared to the others. So IELT happened at a later stage. Symbiosis results are yet to come out. So what is your opinion, how different the preparation is required for each of these examination? Is it the same, or it requires a very different approach when it comes to the different entrance examination actually?
So it also depends what is your focus. So for me, for most people, CLAT is the #1 priority, right? So accordingly, I prepared mostly for CLAT, and of course, the pattern is different now. IELTS and CLAT are on very different lines, especially the GK. But this time in CLAT also in GK section, the questions were mostly from the normal Manthan, and people who had studied from CLAT special or prepared just important topics, they were likely to miss out on the GK marks. So I think you have to study everything at the end because you can't predict what will come. So I mean, grammar can come in CLAT and vocab can come in CLAT. So it's not really very different. So you have to study everything at the end.
Okay, so talking about Manthan, which most of our toppers have been talking about, even Agarshi just mentioned about Manthan. So if you are not familiar with what exactly Manthan is, and this is a shout out to all the LST students out there, Manthan is our weekly current affairs compendium, which is part of your aspiration account. And there is a special version of Manthan for CLAT. So that is something which should not be missed out, which every topper is talking about, every achiever is talking about. That's a wonderful source. A lot of effort goes into preparing for that actually. So well done, Akarshi, and I'm really happy for you actually. So you made it to one of the top law schools in Nalsar, and your session would be starting very soon actually. So we look forward to more such sessions with you because nobody else can motivate the kids more than somebody who has done that, been there and done that actually, and you guys have done that actually. But before we end this interview, I would like you to give few points of advice to all the future aspirants. What is that they should be definitely doing? What is that they should be planning about, and how they should approach this examination, which is CLAT and AILT?
Okay, so I think the most important thing is to devise a study plan according to how much you can study and how many hours you can put in. And with respect to the exam, one thing I learned from CLAT was that you have to go into the exam expecting anything. So I think this is the case with many students. They started with GK and the GK section went bad, and that affected the rest of the paper. So so that's one thing that the students should take into consideration. And apart from that, I think the concept of study buddies is really coming along, especially in the pandemic when no one else is there to really motivate you. And yes, that's it. Time management and being disciplined.
Being disciplined is obviously the key, but obviously self-belief is something which is very, very important. So you need to have that belief in yourself that I'm going to crack this examination, and I'm sure everybody, all of you watching this session will be able to do that. So that self-belief has to come from within actually. And that will come when you are really prepared for the examination. When you follow the advice, what Akarshi has to say, when you follow the advice, what other toppers have to say, I think because they have experienced it firsthand. Now all you have to do is to follow them, learn from them actually. And whenever we'll have an opportunity, we'll have them on board once again to have a session with you guys actually. So you will have a question answer round with Akarshi and everybody else. So they will further be sharing their experiences. So right now, I would congratulate Akarshi on behalf of everyone at CLLST, and thank you for having this session with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.